we've got a guy in Iraq that uses Cool Trade software. He's been using it over 2 years, running around 20%, 30% or so, and hasn't touched it. Hasn't touched it in 2 years. Okay, so that's what this software does. So now this means we're going to jump in the position. Okay, so we've got a Dow move greater than 10. We've got that MACD for you guys who have traded before, and I want to point this out. Every single little guideline on the MACD you can adjust individually. Okay, if you want your signal line to be up around 8 or 6, you can do it. Comes preset, but you can adjust this. There's not there's not a strategy or anything that anyone's used that you can't set up on this. Point and click. Okay. Now here's your profit requirements, guys. This is where you'll spend it. We're looking for 10-cent moves. If I want to look for 30-cent moves, it's a drop box. Everybody on this phone call and watching this video can do this. If you wanted, instead of do a fixed amount per share, you can do a percentage. Let's say I bought Microsoft, and once it goes up 10%, I'm a seller. And again, this is contained in the software. Nobody sees this goal. Okay? And then over here, here's the goal, the pullback. This means we're taking all the money until we see the stock change directions 3 cents or 5 cents or whatever you want to preset that. If you're playing with Apple or Google, you may want it to be a little higher, 20 cents. Or you can do a percentage. It's the same thing, you just do it on a percentage basis. It's that easy. Point and click. You've got your stop loss here. A lot of folks like to have that in there. You can use it. Trailing stop loss, available. And look how easy this software is, guys. Every time I move the cursor in the box, the definition's down here. Okay? See that? But again, your profit goal and your pullback, that's huge. You can also buy on the way down. You know, it happens. You may buy Microsoft long and it goes the other way. Buy on the way down. That's where you do it right here under this tab. You can put additional exit trade rules right here. So, and the computer is so strong, every lot of shares that you buy, these rules will apply. So you can kind of do a LIFO strategy, last in, first out, so you don't have to cost dollar average. We're going to show you that, okay? Because now you can keep up with what's going on because the computer does it for you. You're not sitting at your desk. You're not monitoring all these stocks. I don't care which one of these stocks is moving today. I don't care which one's making me the money. I want to make sure my computer is going to pick it up and take the money. Okay? So what we're going to do now is I'm going to go over some questions that some folks have typed in there, and what we can do. Let me see. Trying to see. Well, does anybody have any questions? I've got a ton of attendees on here. Let's go down here. Patrick, I had you in there once. Well, I'm not sure. If anybody has a question, just raise your hand. I'm not seeing any come over on the come over here. Just raise your hand. Bill Bergman. Let me see here. If I can get to your guys' questions, I'm just... Bill, I've unmuted you, but I'm not sure if you've got your auto pin. I'm not sure if you're seeing what we're doing there. Brian Estrada, going to unmute you. Go ahead and shoot, buddy. What's your question? Hello, Brian?
Yeah?
Yeah, Brian, go ahead and ask your question. I see your question coming over.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And ask it so everyone can hear. Yeah, we're going to get to that. We're doing our question and answer now.
I wanted to ask, once the software makes the profits, does it appear in the TD broker account?
Yeah, what's going to happen, I'll go ahead and mute you here. What's going to happen, and when you're simulating real time, guys, that was a very good question, Brian, because what's going to happen up here is you've got your reports. You just click on reports, and you can see every trade that's been made, okay? And you'll see them over here lined up. You can print this. You can go back as many days as you want. You've got your, you know, I mean, today we've done a bunch of trades here. So basically, there's the money that's been deposited in the Ameritrade account if we were trading live, 4182. So these are the completed trades just for today. So you guys can print that, save it. That's what I mean. You're going to simulate until you're comfortable with your results, and the money is absolutely deposited right into your account. Okay, once it's closed, once it shows closed, you're out. You're out of that position. Okay, so good question there, Brian. Let me go ahead and get back here and let's grab the next one. Attila, you are unmuted. Are you there, Attila? No, guess not. What I'm going to do is I see who's asking questions. I'm just going to unmute you, and then you go ahead and ask that question. We're going to try that today. Chris McMahon?
Yeah. How you doing today?
Good, buddy. Go ahead and ask your question there.
Hey, listen, it's a pretty simple one. Is it smart or is it necessary to have a separate computer to run the software, especially if you constantly are on yours doing other things?
You know, Chris, I'm going to mute you. That's a great question. You probably want a separate computer just so you're not gumming up your software. Even this webinar.com, even though the software doesn't take up that much space, sometimes gets in the way of what I'm doing over here. And what we can do is at corporate, Cool Trader Pro Corporate, they've got a deal, I believe, where it's $200, and I believe they're going to be laptops now. They were desktops. These are refurb Dells that we've got a deal with for $200, and it'll come preloaded with the Cool Trader software and your Internet Explorer browser and everything set up, so you can just kind of throw that off in the corner and let it run. You know, and that's like I said, that's a great idea. If you know, and if you have a Mac, please understand. You know, this guy is a you know, a guy that from Microsoft. You guys are unbeknownst to a lot of folks, you're still using a lot of stuff that he did the actual lines of code for. So it's like I said, the software absolutely works, but you want to make sure you're utilizing the fastest data feed. TD Ameritrade has a pretty quick one. Interactive Brokers has a real quick one. And they're the ones that can do the international trading. I mean, you guys understand, the Cool Trade software, you can trade the Canadian market, the Toronto Exchange, Australia, Singapore, India, I mean, Hong Kong. I mean, that's how solid this software is. David Kuhn? You are unmuted. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, David? If you had a question, I see who's asked a question. All right, let's go ahead to the next one. Like I said, we've got quite a few folks on here. Okay, Bill Bergman, can you hear me now? You out there, Bill? Not sure why some of these folks, you guys may want to unmute your computer and you'll be able to ask those questions. Let me scroll through here and see. Okay, I've got a question here from K Trainer. Okay, I can see who's asking now, and maybe this will make it move just a little quicker here. The question being, it says, can you explain in plain language how the short